What's going on, everybody? Got a little showcase for you today. I'm pretty proud of this one. It turned out pretty well. I had to redo the design about 3 times just because it wasn't quite working out. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. This is a PlayStation 2 Fat console. Actually, you're looking at wood right now. I just didn't want to show it off quite right away. But here's what we got. I went with the red paint. I know black would probably be more appropriate, but I just decided against it. No real reason. I haven't done a red console in a while, so I said screw it. I'm going to do a red console. Just kind of show you around, and everything is painted. Oop, that came out a little bit. Actually, it's kind of loose. I need to get a new one for that, actually. But I did paint everything except for some of the things. I didn't really want to paint the buttons. I was going to paint the memory card slots too, but I don't know. There's a little bit of black inside, so I kind of left it like that so I didn't have to paint everything. Just to give it a little bit of extra pizzazz or whatever you want to call it. But as you can see, it's the Batman symbol. Originally, I didn't go with this reverse cutout. I went with kind of the opposite. The cutout was actually the Batman symbol, and the circle wasn't here at all. But it didn't look quite right, and it didn't turn out right. And this way, it's also, I mean, for the bat symbol, I mean, if you imagine it, that's how the imprint would be on that light. So I kind of thought that would be a little bit cooler. So let's go ahead and pop this thing on. Now I used a 12-volt source. That was one of the second issues I had. These yellow LEDs are not as bright. I got them from a new supplier, and I went ahead and just threw the rest of these away and ordered from a new supplier because I was not happy with the brightness on these at all. So I went ahead and went with a 12-volt source, and to do that, the only 12-volt sources are going to run. As you can see, that's still the red light. The console's not even on. So in order to turn these lights off, you actually have to flip the main power switch. And, you know, if you turn it on. I was thinking about doing the disc tray red, but when you think about it, I mean, once the disc releases and stuff, it'll spin on it, so it could get paint and mess up your game, as well as mess up the paint pretty quick. So I just left it black. Kind of another little design choice I just decided to leave out. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to reach over here and turn these lights off so we can kind of get a better look of it while the... Okay, I'm going to have to kind of stretch over here. Bear with me. No, I still got this other light on. Hold on. And I was afraid of that. The exposure on this isn't as well. When I took the pictures, it looked fine, but the exposure of this video, it's not showing the Batman symbol quite as well. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it's actually a lot brighter when you're looking at it in person. So that's just one of the reasons I need to get a new camera. Maybe if I get some more subscribers and stuff, I will. But anyways. It's actually, because of the brightness of these, I went ahead and I went with 12 LEDs in here. And typically I don't go more than 8, actually. And sometimes if it's a really bright light, I don't use but 6. Just because I don't like to overdo it. But with this, I did go ahead and use 12 just because the brightness was really terrible compared to the usual quality, like I talked about earlier. But that's pretty much everything. I also disabled that green light. I thought the blue would be somewhat acceptable with this, but to have like a blue, green, and yellow LEDs inside, I didn't like that. So I clipped the wire for that, so the red LED or the green LED doesn't work. Now the red one does when it's off, but just something else I chose to do. But that's it. I'm pretty happy with it overall. I've got a lot of other case mods I'm gonna add this week. Probably about 4 total mod videos. So this one is probably the one I'm least pleased with, honestly. But it's kind of close race. So anyways, I appreciate you guys checking it out. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the YouTube page. You know, I've got a lot of different stuff, repair tutorials, modding tutorials, just about whatever you can think of to do with gaming consoles and hardware. So anyways, guys, until next time.